If you've been diagnosed with celiac disease, this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing a couple case studies, and here's the first one. This person was diagnosed with celiac disease just about a year ago. In that, they've been experiencing a lot of joint pain. So they went to see a rheumatologist, but no clear diagnosis other than just some minor inflammation, but they haven't been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, for example. They've been having gut issues, and they asked if it was connected, but the rheumatologist said it wasn't connected. And then they were so concerned with their gut issues, they saw a gastroenterologist, and there was no diagnosis. They said, nope, everything looks fine. And then so they asked if there was a connection to their joint pain with their gut issues. And the gastro said, no, it's not connected. They were told to just avoid gluten and avoid dairy, but they weren't 100%, and they haven't been 100% consistent with that. And so many people are being told that, but they're not consistent. But also some of their concerns were they can't run anymore. They can't carry their kid anymore as much as they want to. They have reduced their socializing simply because they don't have control over their bowels. And they've got like this monkey on their shoulders just always weighing them down with gas and bloating and issues. So they just lost that joie de vivre sort of thing. They've got low energy. They want to go to the gym. They want to go on bike rides with their kid, but they don't have the motivation to do that just because they don't want to be in more pain after the activity than before they started. So they've just really reduced a lot of their activity. So here are some suggestions if this sounds like you. Well, first and foremost, you got to understand celiac disease should be considered an autoimmune condition. It is. And the cells that line the gut are some of the fastest regenerating cells in the body. The cells that line the gut, they're called epithelial cells, and they're supposed to be very, very tight together. And they also have something kind of like a shag carpet, right? They've got these villi, and it's called finger-like protrusions. And what villi is responsible for is allowing the food to continue to travel along in the gut and get broken down further and further and further into smaller food particles that can then get absorbed into the cells for absorption and distribution. However, someone with celiac disease don't have the finger-like protrusions. They've got it's almost like they've just taken a lawnmower and they've shaved off the villi. So they've greatly reduced the ability to absorb food. In fact, I don't know what the percentage is, but the statistic is it's a greater percentage of likeliness of early morbidity when someone has celiac disease over someone that does not have celiac disease, simply because of the reduced ability to absorb food and nutrition. So that's first and foremost. So you've really got to support your digestion through chewing habits, foods supporting your digestive organs, etc. Joint pain. Now, discussing on that theme with the gut, when someone has joint pain, we know, or I know, that they've got varying degrees of leaky gut because they're having these undigested food molecules somewhat sort of invading in between the tight junctions of the gut, which then cause an immune response, because when these food compounds, these undigested foods, for example, are floating around the bloodstream, the immune system's like, hey, a protein of, let's say, broccoli or protein of casein dairy, you don't belong, so we're going to attack you. But some of these compounds tend to group in the body's joints, which then causes the inflammation, which then causes the immune attack. But the immune system is attacking those compounds that don't belong. But there's also something called collateral damage, where the immune system starts to attack the neighboring tissue. And that's just kind of like collateral damage. So that's causing the ongoing perpetual joint pain issues. And going to the gut issues, of course, everything is connected. Of course, it's connected to the gut. It's no wonder the person's dealing with celiac, so a reduced ability to absorb foods. They're having issues with their bowel movements because they're not absorbing properly, so they're fluctuating between diarrhea and constipation. Body's either just like holding on to everything, and then all of a sudden, when it's like just like a teapot ready to spill over, it just like blasts everything out through sort of like an emergency response because it's just so backed up, and that's where you get the diarrhea and constipation. And in terms of their physical activity, well, yeah, it's no wonder they don't want to work out. It's no wonder they can't pick up their kid anymore because they're in constant pain. They're dealing with bloating issues. What I would recommend for this individual is definitely do a detox, definitely clear out the whole system. Look, just follow the 4 R's. Remove, repair, reintroduce. Reintroduce is like strategically eat the right foods, low lectin, keto carnivore style foods. Reinoculate, so you've got to establish your healthy gut microbiome. And then, of course, turn this into just retaining and maintaining, turn it into a lifestyle. This is why I've created my program. This is why I've helped so many people around the world addressing problems like this. Like, this is so easy to fix, and yet so many gastros and rheumatologists and MDs and GPs, they don't know where to begin. It's just literally like turning around blindfolded and pin the tail on the donkey. But I like to call it pin the tail on your lifestyle. There's so many factors to consider. This is totally reversible. If you've got celiac disease, this is reversible. There is definitely light at the end of the tunnel, and you can fix all of this. But there's just a strategy involved. And by avoiding gluten and dairy, that's two things. That's two things of a big, big puzzle that needs to be addressed. And so when you're told to avoid gluten and avoid dairy, those are two pieces of the puzzle, but you've got to do all other pieces of the puzzle to put together and make an actual plan that's working. Again, that's why my program works for so many people. If you have any questions, if you want to learn what my program is, click on the link below. We'll put that in the caption. You can click on that. It's a free training. Just watch that, and you tell me if you've seen enough information that it's definitely incredible, where maybe you just want to hop on a call and I can help you, and we can just discuss the idea of your celiac, get to know what you're dealing with, how long you've had it for, what are some of your other personal issues, and let's see if we can't put together a rock star plan together. I'm certain in less than 6 weeks we can reverse pretty much a lot of this stuff. So yeah, take a look at the training, and yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is not all doom and gloom for you. So Gut Whisperer out.